Hello out to all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Why You Know Game video from me. And I want to go ahead and just do a quick dive on Contra, which is a series that I have always enjoyed since I was younger. I've had the some of the best gameplay memories I could ever have playing that series. Whether it's playing the original on the NES with my older brother, or playing Contra 3 and Contra Hardcore on the Genesis and Super Nintendo with my cousins and my best friend and some of my other friends. There's a lot of times that playing those games just kept me out of trouble and kept me, I guess, chilled out for the most part, because we did go out and play and all that. We weren't lazy kids, but you think about it, going back, we'd spend our time outside messing around, then go in the house and spend hours playing video games and just messing around and talking trash back and forth to each other. I can do better than you at this and stuff like that, because games had the score attack stuff and everything in it. And I really think that now is the time in the gaming industry where stuff like that can make a return. It can make a comeback, and it could be huge if it did. And Contra is one of those franchises that could do it. It was one of those franchises. It's one of those franchises I believe could really do it, especially if you had the right team behind it and they put a good amount of effort into making the games play and feel like the older games. I mean, there might have to be some tweaking done, because you don't want it too difficult for today's gamer, because a lot of them give up on a game if it's too hard, unless it's like Dark Souls for some reason. I still don't understand why that's a thing. I don't get why that is a thing at all. Why that one particular game can be monotonously hard, but other games aren't allowed to be able to do the same thing in different genres. I don't get it. But even still, if you bring back the original elements that made Contra great, like the score attack, having the multiple levels and stuff like that, maybe throw in some cutscenes so you can give some story context and stuff like Contra Hardcore did on the Genesis, and I think the most recent entry did as well, but it wasn't all that well received, because I think it didn't really play all that well. I think that game kind of played very slowly. From what I can remember seeing of it, I've never actually played that one. From what I saw of it, it looked slow, and Contra was one of those series you have to have that fast-paced action, because it amps you up to what's going on. You have to have that fast-paced action. So if they could break all those things back and give it the amazing musical scores that the Contra games have had, dude, you'd be sitting there with a monster in your hands to be able to play this game, these games. And Konami is capable of doing it. I'm not saying that they're not, even though I know, yes, staff has changed out. They don't have the same programmers and developers on the teams anymore. There's got to be someone there, though, that could do it justice. And if not, outsource the hell out of it to somebody who can. But it needs to be done. It really does. I want to see the series come back. I really do. And for me, as somebody who grew up enjoying it and sees the potential in it continuing forward, and especially, like I said, nowadays with games, we're at a point where games could resurge. Genres that we don't normally play anymore could make a resurgence and become these massively big and amazing things. But you need the right teams behind them. You need to have the right work put behind them. It can't just be, oh, we're just going to throw this out for a cash grab. It actually has to have some love and some heart and soul put into the production of the game. It has to be done that way. And if it's not, it will flop and fall on its face. Okay. that little quick ranty statement there out the way. I mean, I just really want to see the series come back, and I want to see it come back proper. Hell, if they get to the point where they can make it 4 players all at once, and you're just running through levels, give me a Contra remix where you go through all of the best levels from all of the older games, and then you add in additional characters to be able to be played with. Oh gosh, man, that would be something awesome to freaking see. And I would I'd for one be happy to have it happen. But there's not a whole lot more I can say. Like, but it's just like there are certain iconic moments in Contra that you just can't deny that they were iconic moments. Like, I want to say the third stage of Contra 3 when you climbed up the side of the tower, like after the mid boss, after you defeat it the first time, and it blows up, and you think that you're done with it, and it kind of launches the rockets up or missiles, whatever. It launches projectiles at you, and you're climbing up the side, you're scaling the side of the building, and it slams on the side and it's trying to crush you. Like, the music playing at that time, because the music was so calm while you're doing all this at the same time, you're sitting here seeing this machine just fly at you trying to crush you. Like, and it's following you up, and it gets to a certain point where it tries to, like, it literally impedes you from going any further until you find a way to destroy it. Or, let's see, I think it's the fifth stage. Fifth stage, is it the fifth stage with the bikes? It's either the fourth or the fifth stage where you're on the bikes and you have that music playing in the background, and like you're just riding around, and like you got this intense song playing behind you while you're dodging like bombs being dropped over your head, and you're still shooting other enemies that are on bikes trying to take you out, as well as trying to fight off like a mobile fortress, and then taking on the dude in a helicopter. Like, there's so much stuff that just like was awesome with that game. And like, and I can think of it. Or in Contra Hardcore, like depending on what option that you chose, like what path you chose while you were playing, and there was the scene where you're running from the gigantic robot that you're literally running from it, trying to shoot and take it out at the same time. And I'm like, all of that stuff to me, like if they could just find a way to put that in a game. Like, and maybe some more of the like more iconic moments from Contra, like the original when you're taking on the final boss in the original game. It's just, there's so much that's there. Like if they could just do like a remix game where you just happen to have all of these events going on at the same time, and you have to figure out, or you have to play different paths in order to get different endings and effects. Like, that'd be awesome. Like, and I would love to see something like that happen. But I mean, it's up to Konami because they're the ones that own it, and I mean, I can only give the idea. I can only put the thought out there and say I hope that something like this comes to fruition eventually. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, please enjoy your games. Peace out.